Hello everyone and welcome back to another vlog. Today I'm going to be going book shopping. Well, actually this vlog is going to be split across 2 days because we have quite a lot of book shopping to get done. I didn't actually buy that many books last month because I got my Kindle, and Kindle Unlimited honestly saved my life and my bank account. So I'm going to double my book shopping budget for this month and splurge a little bit. I really don't like over consumerism, so I am going to try and be quite picky and selective with the books that I buy and make sure that they're books that I really want to read and will read. I do have a very small TBR, but I do read many books. So in 2 months I've read 63 books, so I think it's fair that I can pick up 10 to 20 books today if I want, maybe a little bit more, we'll see. But I'm going to Waterstones, WH Smith, The Works, and then also going to an independent bookshop here in Edinburgh called Topping and Company. So 4 bookshops, and we're gonna see what damage I can do. Now, when I go book shopping, I do have a strategy, especially when I go to 3Ws, because I have got my Waterstones card. So if I spend £10, I get a stamp on my card, and 10 stamps equals a £10 voucher. Then WH Smith usually has deals where it's like a lot of books on offers, and then The Works, I usually will get books for £5 or less. I'm not going to pick up a book at Waterstones. That will be £10+ there, but is on offer for £3 at The Works. You see what I mean? So I'm very strategic when it comes to my book shopping. I also on my Goodreads have a section of my want to read list that I have on a shelf called Kindle, because I will check everything to see if it's on Kindle Unlimited first, because if it's on Kindle Unlimited I'm not going to buy it. So I've gone through and I've seen if things are worth paying a couple pounds for on Kindle, or if they're on Kindle Unlimited, and then I have my list of like books I want to buy. But I've not got an exact list of books that I want to buy today. I have an idea, I've got a rough list, I've got a wish list. I kind of want to browse, yeah, you know, maybe see if there's any books that I've not heard of. Maybe I'll come across books that I have heard of or other people have recommended. I've pretty much strictly read fantasy this year, so those 63 books were all fantasy. I think I prefer young adult books, guys. I don't know, some adult books are so physical and aggressive, especially with like fantasy books, but young adults, there's so much, I don't know, they're more sentimental. I feel like there's more meaning, more of an emotional connection. So I'll probably spend most of my time picking up books from the young adult section. But anyways, I've been standing here chatting for long enough. Let's do some book shopping, and we're gonna do toppings first. Today I am heading to go pick up my sister because we are gonna have a little bookish morning this morning. We're gonna go to an independent bookshop in Edinburgh called Toppings. She got a voucher for her birthday to spend there, so she's gonna do that, and I have some books that I want to pick up. To add to my ever-growing TBR, I just really want a bookshop. So we're gonna go have a cute little book morning and get like a matcha or a coffee or something as well, I think. So we just went book shopping. We went to... What?
Awkward!
Sophie's new to vlogging. Be nice to her. She also has a YouTube channel. But yeah, we went book shopping. As I said, Sophie has a voucher for her birthday that she got to use, and I wanted to pick up some books. So these are the books we got.
I feel like yours thickness is like...
It's because all my fantasy books are always so thick.
This is me in a book.
Me and Sophie have opposite book tastes. She likes non-fiction.
I don't even know what it's... I like poetry,
essays,
biographies.
I
like fiction, but like not your fiction.
I like fiction. I like high fantasy,
I need
romancy. We'll put it on in a minute. I got the Crimson Moth, and all the hardcovers there.
Crimson Moth. It's like the Bat Boys t-shirt. You're gonna get a Crimson Moth t-shirt.
But all the hardcovers in there have got this like plastic protective thing sleeve on it, which is really interesting. Yeah, and then I got Belladonna because I was gonna get this yesterday when I went book shopping, but I didn't because the cover was destroyed.
How satisfying, they're all the same size.
What did you get?
I'm most excited for my Monet book because I can look through all the Monet's paintings.
Very
and
nice.
A poetry one. This is a poetry one.
just driven to the shopping centre that has a Waterstones, The Works and a WH Smith, which is just ideal. It's my favourite place to shop here because there's a Waterstones right in the centre of town here in Edinburgh, but it is always packed, and their fantasy section is actually quite small because at Waterstones it's like fantasy and sci-fi. So I find that I usually get more books here at the Gyle than I do in town, which is crazy because the Waterstones is nowhere near as big. Yeah, it's great for days like today when I'm being strategic with what I'm picking up. So let's go buy some books now. I literally bought this last week for £10. I really wanted to get this, and they have all three except the only version is ripped, so I don't want that. And then I wanted to get these, but I think I'm going to get them in Waterstones. This is one of my favourite books ever, but I have it in hardcover. Some books I really want to read these, but I don't want to buy the whole series in case I don't like it. So I might pick up, what's the first one? Glint, Gleam, Glow. I don't have the second. Checking Goodreads. Glint. Maybe I'll buy the second one online. So I'm back home now and we have all the books up there, and we're going to go through and do a little haul of everything that I picked up. So starting with this pile first. Obviously you already saw that at Topping I went and got the Crimson Moth, and then I also got Belladonna. And it's so annoying because I paid like full price for this when I picked it up. And then when I went into the Works, it's there now for £3.50. So if you want to read this, pick it up at the Works. Speaking of the Works, I picked up 2 books there, and it was Wild Love by Elsie Silver. This is her most recent book. And then I picked up Hopeless, which is part of the Chestnut Spring series because it's the only one that I don't have on my shelf. So, and it was only £2.50, which is crazy. Got these 2. And they're the only sort of contemporary romances that I have in this haul. The rest are all fantasy books. Then I went to WH Smith and I got Heartless by Marissa Meyer, though I did just open TikTok and someone said that they DNF'd this book. So now I'm like, oh no. I might love it, so who knows. So that's on my list. And then I really tried to hold off buying a book series unless I know I'm gonna love it. I'm not too sure about this one. it's just something about it was just telling me to buy the whole series. So they only had book 1 and 2 in W. Smith, and that is Twin Crowns and Cursed Crowns. Two sisters, one crown. Princess Rose is heir to the throne. Trained from birth to fear the witches that killed her parents, she'll do anything to defend her kingdom. Stolen from the palace at birth, Wren is the secret sister no one knows about. She plots to usurp the princess in order to protect the witches of Author who raised her. So this just seems like my kind of thing. I'm also, because I'm pretty much finished reading the Zodiac Academy, I like the fact that this is dual perspective with sisters, even though I know these can be absolutely nothing alike because this is young adult, but yeah, the books look bigger than they are. Anyways, I got these two. I was not a fan of the illustrations. I hate cartoony illustrations like this on the front of covers, but the sides are so pretty. And like that gold foiling is gorgeous, so I'm actually quite excited for it to be on my bookshelf. Then pile 2 is literally everything I got at Waterstones, which is quite a lot of things. So I got the Burning Crowns because that was the third in the book series that I just picked up, so I was like, may as well just collect the whole thing and get the trilogy. I picked up these Violent Delights because it has been on my wish list for a while. It's set in 1926 in Shanghai and is described as a deliciously dark twist on Romeo and Juliet. When a deadly manner strikes gangsters on both sides, the people start a whisper of a contagion and a monster in the shadows. As the deaths stack up, Juliet and Roma must set their guns and grudges aside and work together. So I was like, that sounds fun. I picked up A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. I wasn't actually too interested in this one until I saw someone else review it, and then I was like, oh, this sounds really good. I really want to read this. And this is an adult fantasy, but I did also pick up her young adult fantasy series, Divine Rivals, and I have to say I put off buying these for so long because I hate the covers. Like, again, these illustrations just don't do it for me, but I think the US covers, they're so different but a bit more intriguing. The UK covers make it look a lot younger, but these are on my TBR for the month and I was going to buy them on Kindle and it was £3 off the hardcovers anyway, so I was like, may as well just pick up the hardcovers. So I got these two. I picked up Feybound. As a warrior in the elven army, has known nothing but violence her whole life, her sister Lettel is trying to make a living as a diviner, seeking prophecies of a better future. When a fatal mistake leads to her exile from the elven lands, both sisters are forced into the terrifying wilderness beyond their borders. There they encounter the impossible, the Fey court. The Fey haven't been seen for a millennium, but now they are thrust into the seductive world, torn between their loyalty for each other and their elven homeland and their hearts. So I think this is going to be a trilogy. This actually came up on Goodreads as like a recommended fantasy read, and I just think it is so pretty. I love any books to do with like the Fey world, so I'm very excited to read this one. Then another cover, I got a Fey Inked in Blood. I've seen reviews for these being quite a bit mixed. I know that her other books, I think she does the Bridge Kingdom, are so popular, and I've not read them. When this came out, I was like, I want to read this. This sounds super interesting and right up my street. Again, I just love stories about power-hungry kings in fantasy worlds with strong female characters who want to be warriors. So I picked up Guild because I really want to read the Plated Prisoner series. They didn't have the second book there, they had like the third and the fourth, but if they had the whole series I probably would have just bought it then and there, because all the reviews I've seen of this, people say that like the first book is one of the most boring and you kind of have to like keep reading the series to get to like the good stuff. So my expectations for this one aren't high, but the series overall, I'm hoping I'll enjoy it at least. So I picked up the first one and thought, let's see how it goes, and if I like it then I can buy the rest. And then the last book you would have seen, I've never actually heard of it, it wasn't on my list, and when I looked it up on Goodreads, no one else that I know has read it or reviewed it, but you know, the cover was really pretty, and then when I read about what it was, it sounded really interesting, and then the reviews that I saw on Goodreads were all really quite high. So I'm excited for this because I've not heard anyone speak about this, so I have no idea of what I'm going into reading this, but it sounds like it's something that I'm gonna love. So they are all the books that I bought and picked up this week. I don't actually know which one to start first. I feel like I have too many options now to choose from. If you guys have read any of these or love them, then please let me know in the comments which one I should read first. But I think I'm going to end this vlog here for now. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't, because I will be doing reading vlogs which will show me reading some of these vlogs this month, and I will see you guys in the next video.